What's up guys, this is my Stamina Sorcerer build for Stonethorn patch 6.1.7. It's a medium armor, sword and board, dual wield build. Just a clarification, this build actually relies on skill, not proc sets, and to do all the work for you. This build is using common sets, but a very uncommon skill setup, in my opinion. As you know, Stamina Sorcerer is at the bottom of the food chain when it comes to solo PvP and group PvP really. There's a lot of other classes that excel better than Stamina Sorcerers. So we're trying to make the most of what we've got, especially in AoE cooldowns at the minute in PvP. So, starting with the boon, we're using the warrior. Weapon damage, can't go wrong. More healing, more damage. Our recovery in this build is very good, so like I said, just damage. Bewitched sugar skulls, tri-stat food, again can't go wrong. We need the magicka for shriek and dark deal, so it's good in that aspect. Moving on to the gear, we're using 2 Balorghs, 2-piece on the body of eternal vigor, and then 3-piece jewelry of eternal vigor, all infused, 2 weapon damage, 1 recovery. You can go 3 damage, but when I'm in solo PvP and duo, the extra 300 recovery is a lot better than having damage. Just take it from me. And then 3-piece on the body of Alchemist. I forgot to add as well why we're running Eternal Vigor. Eternal Vigor is an insane set for Stamina Sorcerers, as it gives magicka recovery as well. So shrieking and dark dealing, we can do that a lot more. And in a medium armor build, it's basically like having Troll King merged into a 5-piece with the 1000 health recovery you get. We're running 5 well fitted and 2 impen. As you can see, our impen is 3k, and on back bar 3.1. So our impen is very high, even though we're only running 2. We're running masters, dagger and sword. Preferably run the axe and the sword, but this is just why I got it dropped in. 1 infused, 1 Nirnhoned. Infused weapon damage glyph, and then Nirnhoned disease damage. And then back bar, Clever Alchemist, sword and shield. I recommend golding all of this out. It's common sense to do your weapons gold. But your back bar sword, make sure it's gold, because of the increased weapon damage you get, increases your healing. You can go Nirnhoned on the sword, but I didn't have a Nirncrux when I was making it, so I just went powered. Not much difference, but Nirnhoned does give you more healing. We're using tri-stat pots, and we're using CC immune pots. It just depends on the scenario you're in at that time. If I'm going into nuke a group with my group, then I'll use a CC immune pot, because I don't want to get CC'd mid fight, you know what I mean? But if I'm on the defensive and I'm getting away, I'll pop the tri-stat, you know, so I can dark deal more and shriek more. It just depends on the scenario you're in. So I'll show you the buffed up stats. As you can see, 5.4k weapon damage, 44% crit, 1.8k recovery, stamina, 1.4 magicka. We got 25k resistances back bar, 21.5 front bar, 3k crit resist on both bars, and 3.8k weapon damage on our back bar, so our heals are very good. I can't really show you the heals, but yeah, the heals are amazing on the back bar. And obviously front bar, rending slashes, it just hits like a truck. So moving on to the skills, crystal fragments, or crystal weapon, a very unusual skill that you won't see many people using. I thought I'd try and bring it into the class. I wanted to give it a try. I haven't seen many people use it, and it's insane. 10.4k tooltip on it, so you can understand how hard that hits when it crits, and along with rended slashes, it just completely annihilates people. It's a very good burst. People don't really see it coming. Camouflage Hunter, it's a no-brainer really. It's kind of a flex spot in the sense that you can run like caltrops or something here, or crit surge front bar for more weapon damage. It's just up to you. I prefer the 8% damage from flank and the extra 2.2k crit. rating you get from it, makes it a lot better on the front bar. Render slashes. I went with this morph, not the heal morph, because this does more damage and it slows them by 30% for 4 seconds. So once you're on top of them, it's hard for them to get away, and more damage is obviously better. 9k bleed over 10 seconds unbuffed, 3k up front. That plus the 1.6 you get from twin slashes on here, and also if you had perfected, you get the extra crit front bar as well. So they work very well together, obviously. Rend slashes hits very hard. Streak front bar is your main CC. This obviously can't be blocked as well, so like a lot of people in Cyrodiil these days are just sitting there blocking on when they get low HP. So this is amazing. You dot them up, streak through them, turn around and execute. It's crazy. It's just amazing, and for getting away as well. And then they execute Whirling Blades. At the minute in Cyrodiil with the AoE cooldowns is kind of crap, because you can only use it once every 3 seconds. So you got to kind of pick the time when you're going to use it to make sure you get the most out of it. But when they take away the testing, this is going to be back to like one of the best skills. You just drop your Dawnbreaker and spin while the other people, you know, nuke them down. And then obviously Dawnbreaker front bar, 15k up front, 16.7 over time. It's crazy, it's the best ultimate. Plus you get more weapon damage on your front bar from the passes. Back bar, Dark Deal. No, you don't need to explain that. Crit Surge is going to be our major brutality buff. And it heals you for 3.5k every 1 second when you crit, so the heals when this is up is insane. Resolving Vigor, no need to go over that. Hurricane is going to be our spell resistance and physical resistance buff, and increases the move speed by 10%. The damage on it isn't much, but it kind of adds up, I guess. And then Elude is a flex spot, really. You can swap this out for Caltrops, or you can drop this out for Puncture, Low Slash, anything it's a huge flex spot in that sense. I just prefer Elude for the 25% reduced AoE damage, and the major expedition you get from it is crazy. Like, I feel like in the meta these days is not to get caught by the damage, like avoid damage as much as possible, especially all the proc sets that are going around. So once this is active and you get the major expedition, you're moving so quick, you dot them up, you're streaking around, it's so hard for them to catch you. It's amazing. But then again, Caltrops is another great skill that I put on the bar. Gives them major fracture and reduces their movement speed. So yeah, that's literally player preference, really. And then ultimate back bar, Spell Wall. This ultimate's very good. I haven't got the Sigil skill line on here yet. I haven't bothered to farm it up, but you can run that for the 8% damage reduction. It's getting nerfed to 5% next patch, but you can run that on your back bar instead of Spell Wall. I do prefer this, because if you're up against anyone that's using ranged, you put this on and it reflects all the skills, so you just go on the offensive and they're screwed, really. But yeah, you can swap that out for Back in Time or whatever. Or if you're playing with a group, you could put Suppression Field on the back bar for nuking down bigger groups. Again, it's just player preference, really, but these are the only two skills really you can switch out. The rest of it kind of works really well together. Moving on to the CP. Just to start off, I'm only 661 CP, so my CP isn't going to be the same as yours if you're max, so you're going to have to fill in the spots that you want. I feel like CP is always player preference. I know I've said that a few times, but it kind of comes down to the way you play. But I've got 10 into break free, 10 into sprint, 23 into magic recovery, which I'll put up to 25 when I get another one, 86 into stamina recovery, 15 into tenacity. Obviously we're light and heavy attacking a lot, so put some points into here, it gives you more magic and stamina back when you heavy attack. Simple as that, really. 56 into tumbling. It's a very roll dodgy build. You can roll dodge a lot in this build and not run out of resources. And obviously we're sword and board back bar, so I put 20 into block cost, no brainer. 5 into blessed, could put some more into there, really, but like I said, I'm only at low CP, so I haven't really got the points to do that. Got 60 into Master at Arms, direct damage, 20 into physical weapon. Increase your damage with done with light and heavy attacks. Again, we're a light and heavy attacking a lot, so this is amazing. If you have the spares points, I would put more into here to unlock Tactician, to off-balance people when you roll dodge. But again, I don't have the points really. 30 into Thermitage, damage over time. Our Rain and Slash is going to hit 12.3% harder, the bleed. Again, put more points into here if possible. Precise strikes, crit damage, 55 piercing, 32 mighty. 43 into medium armor, 40 into spell shield, 5 into ironclad, 61 into resistant. Might go down to 60 really, but 21 thick skin, 25 hardy, 25 elemental. Just 6% all over the board, 9% is the damage over time. There's a lot of damage over times in Cyrodiil these days, so this works really well. And I haven't put any over here, but like I said, if you've got more points and you think it's better to run some of these, then switch out. But yeah, this is my build for 6.1.7. It's insane. I'm going to try and get some clips to upload as well to back up the build, but I recommend trying this build out. It's a very fast-paced build. I don't recommend standing there and trying to tank with it. So just try and get in and out as fast as possible. Putting your dots down, putting the crystal frags on them. And just trying to make sure your alchemist is up. The uptime on it is a lot. So you're gonna run through quite a few pots on this build, but it's for the better. And yeah, thank you.